We got more Giant stuff, all right?
Oh, Giants.
Yep, we got 2 Giant questions coming up. At John Maloney wants to know, all right, John, who will throw more TD passes, Daniel Jones or Jayden Daniels? He thinks it's the latter.
Oh, I do too.
You think Jayden will throw more?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're going to make it all about him.
It's all about him.
Right. I don't think they're going to be a great running team. It's Cliff Kingsbury. They got good receivers and weapons already.
Right.
I would think they're going to throw the ball a lot. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't
I
matter.
do too. They're going to be behind.
Right.
Right now, I think the Giants, maybe, as I look at it, are a little better football team than them. And I think that you're right. If they get to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they'll play that game we just talked about with Dave Brown. Like they're going to be
let's
throw it in. Let's make them look good.
Let's keep these numbers going.
Yeah.
And Cliff Kingsbury, he's already coached somebody like that. And, I would think you do this more than me. And I would say the Arizona Cardinals might be the least followed team that I follow in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk about the surface, but I don't really study them because they're just not relevant most of the time, whatever. But I would think Cliff Kingsbury, I'm really anxious to see what he does and where has it gone to since he hasn't been in the NFL.
Right.
And I will just say this. I hope it's not USC's offense that I saw because I think it was awful.
Yeah.
The design, the scheme, it was awful.
Yeah.
You had a superstar that gave you a chance.
Yeah.
But damn.
That's it. Yeah, no,
I think that was one of my biggest shocks in the offseason.
Agreed.
You agree, huh?
Well, I just couldn't get over it.
And
I couldn't get over it. One with Caleb Williams, I thought I was going to turn it on and see 5 interceptions every game because I felt like he's so careless of the ball, and I was like, wait, there's 5 interceptions for the whole year, and 3 were in one game.
3 in Notre Dame.
Yeah, like that. So that was the first, and then you had kind of told me because you saw them first, and you were just like, oh, wait till you see how he's protected. He's not, and then I just couldn't get over it. There's certain games where you go, he threw the ball 40 times and literally was under pressure 35 of the throws.
I don't know if I saw him pick up a blitz though here.
No,
I'm exaggerating.
Those are the questions though about Cliff Kingsbury. Is going to be that, and it's also what we saw at Arizona. We saw, okay, hey, he might have a wrinkle or two to start the year, and it gets going, but we get to week 8 or week 10, and everybody's like, okay, well, we know this wrinkle now, and what else is there? And there's usually not enough there. All right, I do think it might be close. The Giants, day ball, all that too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right.
They got to start making Daniel Jones and making this look good and get him believing too. Now, they're going to manage the offense a little differently, like to your point. It's not just going to all be about Cliff Kingsbury, throw the ball, our second pick of the draft, all of that. The Giants are going to probably play a little.
Do we want to say something about
open.
the Giants here, or you want to wait?
Well, no, I think so. I mean, I think you and I both are in the camp of let's get into this here where, there's still talk of, well, Drew Lock maybe start up here. Okay, there's some of that.
What talk is that? That's by somebody writing it.
I know.
Because they want to stir it up.
Yeah. Okay,
so.
well, and then, there's still fans.
Radio.
There's still, right. Your big fat-headed friend Boomer's probably starting those talks.
No, Boomer's, listen.
I'm joking.
No, I know you are. I'll just give Boomer a little credit because I hate giving him credit. But I always say about Boomer is what? Boomer talks about himself a lot, but every once in a while he'll stop and go, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me? So he is. He's got a level head when it comes.
Yes, he does.
He's not like,
get him out of there.
Draft another quarterback. Let's draft 4 of them this year. Whatever. So, what the hell
with
is
Daniel
the
Jones? Yeah, but with Daniel Jones, there's Drew Lock. There's still people up here that think they should have traded and got Drake May or a J.J. McCarthy. Right. So I know that's where you kind of want to hit on this.
I knew the Giants liked Drake May, and they had a big grade on him, and they had I think a lot of that comes from the year before. A lot of people had great grades about him because they knew he had one more year, all that. But, oh, my gosh, if he would have came here, then it would have been a mess.
A disaster.
Between the fans, radio, TV, so everything. It would be, as soon as Daniel Jones would have one bad practice, see, there you go. We got to get rid of him. We got to start the other guy, whatever. And that's all the press would talk about the Giants from when the draft day was until week 2 or 3 where they thought we got to play the quarterback they've drafted. Yeah. So I was glad they didn't get to make the trade. This is just me being a fan.
Yeah.
And really looking at it even as somebody that follows football.
Right.
This is the best situation
for him.
To do it.
So
right. It worked out for him.
Yeah. I'm with you too. I think I'm one, as a fan of the team, I didn't want to see it happen. And two, I think if I was legitimately running the team, they were asking for a disaster. Here's where this came from a little bit with the Drew Lock stuff. When he got signed here, GM John Schneider of the Seattle Seahawks, he made a quote, said the Giants basically sold Drew Lock on the opportunity to compete and maybe be the starter. And Locke said he felt like it was the right opportunity. He looked at Baker Mayfield's opportunity last year and felt like this could be something similar, right? Now, I don't think it's quite as similar as that. And this is Daniel Jones, who was a top 10 pick of the Giants and did go to the playoffs 2 years ago. And I think, you probably heard me say this, and I think you agree. I mean, Daniel Jones is like problem 27 on the Giants' Richter scale of problems, right? Come on, get out of here. I mean,
yeah.
The amount of times he's been hit, sacked, not great receivers, no running game. I mean, again, I don't care who it is. The recipe for success has not been there for any quarterback that could have played there.
Let me just say this, Christopher. The fact Daniel Jones, it can't get worse as far as the perception and what you're doing. So it's kind of like the old thing. All right, get off the mat. Show us who you really are and want to be, and it means many things, as you know.
Right.
But the first is just be ready to play and ready to practice and everything that goes, and take control of the team. Not the offense. No, take control of the team. That's your job. Who has a bigger influence on the football team besides the head coach?
Yeah, the quarterback.
It's the damn quarterback.
Definitely.
So you got to play that role.
Yeah.
And I've seen it done by guys in my career and other people that they didn't even have close to the talent that Daniel Jones has, but they did it with just their aura, the way they act. Jim McMahon had more talent than people give him credit for, but he likes to play to. But Jim McMahon took over the Chicago Bears with Walter Payton, Mike Singletary, Richard. He was the guy. He gave them the extreme personality.
Right.
But Daniel Jones can't do that. Because that's not who he is.
No.
But you still got to do it in your way.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
I mean, I agree.
That's my number one
you could talk about it across the board. I think most great quarterbacks do have a crossover line to the other side of the locker room, to the defensive side. I mean, and being able to bring the team together.
Well, two of the good, quarterbacks always ask me these things. I go, and I mean this as a compliment. I said, two of the biggest
jerks.
Yeah, maybe. And jerks up, whatever. And quarterbacks that I ever watched and followed and was involved with doing games, they go, who? I go, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Peyton, well, come on. Nobody's ever going to run a team like he did.
Yeah.
So that's over.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady at practice controlled everything.
Right.
I mean, they would yell at each other. It was hilarious sometimes watching them practice. He would get in shouting matches. And I go, God, you be careful, Tom. That guy's going to jack you up.
Yeah.
But him and Julian Edelman would be screaming like for real.
Yeah, right.
And
I know.
everything. And I just go, and not that that's who, but whatever. It's a good example of what you can do and how you can do it.
Yeah,
so.
Right. There's got to be something there. I mean, even in your case, you might have not been that guy, but you had a lot of friends on the defensive side of the ball that obviously they liked something about you that could bring. Jim Burt was your best buddy. Lawrence liked you a lot.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you had those type of guys. There's got to be that in the locker room.
I think really what happened is that we finally got it rolling, and the play was good enough where everybody kind of knows, all right, we got it. We got a chance.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you got to show as a quarterback. Daniel Jones has got to show that, and it's going to be interesting to see because sometimes you got to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
And, I think you can do that in football.
Yeah.
When you put the helmet on, you're a different guy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a nice guy when I go home, but I'm a jerk when I'm here.
Right.
So we'll see what happens in that situation.
All right. The last thing with Giants as we move on here, then new unis. Okay, let's show them, Pete.
Well, let me real quick.
Yeah.
Before you show them, Pete.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the Drew Lock. All of a sudden, Drew Lock now is I've always loved Drew Lock. Bullshit. Okay. Everybody says that. Now I will say this. He went to Seattle.
Yeah.
He was horrendous his first year there.
Right.
He had a chance to be the starter, and he thought he was still playing at Missouri. His decision-making, his throwing was ridiculous. Then last year, preseason, I watch him. Been terrible. I watch preseason games like this. I want to hear what the local guys talk.
Yeah.
Because they know
you all the inside info.
But I went, oh, my God. He was a pro quarterback. And how about the Philadelphia game?
Yeah, right.
He was a man.
Yeah.
And his personality was everything about him. So when the Giants signed him, I said, wow, it's a great signing by the Giants.
Right.
I don't think he'll beat out Daniel Jones, but we'll see.
No, and I don't think he will beat him out either. But if he does get in, he does have starting.
He's got starting talent.
Yeah,
no
he
doubt.
does. He does have that.
So.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. You know it's the off season, but there's no off season with Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around. All right, so hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clear look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So, again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.